Hello and welcome to today's LOL Esports Roundup, where we cover the series from this morning in the LPL. There is nothing else to go over. I do intend on putting up a couple more videos today. I have the MSI previews beginning as well, so subscribe to the channel so you know when that stuff comes out. 305 and 147 on the year in my predictions. I did get this one right. I did predict a 3-2, and that was the result. As BLG coming in at 10 and 6, fifth in the power rankings, would beat EDG 13 and 3 going into this one. It was back and forth. No team is clean right now. For a while, it seemed that T1 was clean, and they obviously lost. And as far as LPL is concerned, JDG looked sloppy against BLG last week, right? So it's hard to really find a clean team. And in this series, it was two teams playing their best and their worst simultaneously. Elk was my MVP, going 30, 11, and 36 with 33% of the team's damage. These are rough stats. The stats are not out yet on Oracle Elixir or Games of Legends. Yagao, 19, 11, 38 in mid lane. And then Leave would lead EDG in damage, going 15, 20, and 34 with 31% of damage. As the bot lane, I think, died like over 40 times combined for EDG throughout this one. Definitely a rough series for them. First thing to note, really, is that Ale had a pentakill in Game 5 in the losing effort. He was on Malphite. As improbable as that seems, a penta on Malphite does not get the job done in the end. I was shocked we were shocked when we saw it, but that's kind of because it just happened, that's the thing that I'm taking away from this big time. But throughout the series, I thought BLG had some draft mishaps. Putting Yagao on Akali is not a play that I would recommend. Shun on Sejuani alongside it, probably not either, so that gave EDG a free win. In Game 4, EDG would also be victorious, as this went back and forth. Bin being the big reason why BLG would lose on the Renekton. Another draft blunder, in my opinion. He got solo killed by Ale, which was returning the favor from Bin solo killing Ale in Game 3, which kind of eliminated Bin from MVP contention, in my opinion, but that's beside the point. So putting Bin in a hole in Game 4 allowed EDG to really get ahead and then not look back, frankly. They would get ahead in Drakes and really take advantage of team fights. I thought that in draft, what had happened was they knew EDG's top pick. EDG had picked Jax in the first rotation, so BLG decided to R4 Veigar instead of R4ing even Renekton in that scenario, which I wouldn't recommend regardless. But at least if they had counterpicked EDG at R4, Yagao would have had counterpick R5. Now, because they didn't do that, they picked Veigar. That allows EDG to pick Lissandra into Veigar, and then they get countered in both solo lanes because Renekton is self-counter into, Jax, right? So those were the two losses by BLG. Now, their wins were outstanding. Bin played fabulous in Game 3. I thought he played very well on the Renekton. Shun played very well on Kindred at times throughout the series, but Elk is the one that comes away with the MVP. Elk, once again, dealing a metric ton of damage, stealing objectives with his Jinx Rocket in Game 5, almost stealing another one, actually. Just all over the place, was the most consistent player on BLG throughout the series. I thought that Yagao played well, but at the same time, I think Elk was more impactful in the damage stats, in the kills, in every stat, and also the eye test, right? Especially given the fact that, An, I thought, did not play his best series. I thought he was sus, to put it lightly. I thought his Blitzcrank was awful today. Normally one of his better champions, he was not good on it. I thought that he made a lot of errors. His Nautilus was good at times, but other times kind of messy. And, that's a thing that they have to look forward to going into the series against JDG. This one mattered a hell of a lot more than that one did. because this one locked BLG for MSI, and that's way more important than an LPL Spring Finals trophy from my perspective. It just Elk is looking really good. Someone commented on a video yesterday saying Elk was top 5 in the top, in that conversation for top 5 in the world. They also said Crowney was top 5 in the world. I don't quite agree with that second part, but Elk, I think, is in that conversation. I was an Elk fan in 2021. Last year on Ultra Prime, he did not have the 1v9 potential that I had hoped he would put up after doing so well in 2021. And he has returned to form with BLG, a bunch of very, very talented players that, are trying to find it and make it work, find the winning recipe. And it seems that lately they have been, on the winning end of things because they're going to MSI, right? So, that's the deal. In the end, BLG went 3-2. Elk was a menace. Bin was coin flip, but when it mattered on his Kennen, he was good in game 5. The KDA doesn't show it. The damage doesn't show it, but I thought that he did his job at a high level. And what's going to be forgotten throughout all of this is Ale's pentakill on Malphite. I think we should give him his credit. I know that it's a Malphite, but at the same time, you may never see another Malphite penta in pro in your life. So, that's it. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I do intend on doing my power rankings and start my MSI previews today. Follow me on Twitter or join the Discord. Links will be there as well for my content. And become a supporter if you'd like. And thank you for watching.